Welcome back to the Marvel Movie Minute, a daily podcast in which we smash apart the films of the Marvel Cinematic Universe into 1-minute chunks so we can analyze them in scrupulous detail. I'm Kyle Olson from the Road to Infinity podcast.
Hey, and I'm Rob Cabasco, and when I attended college, I went to Arizona State University.
Okay.
We may be recording right on the outskirts of that campus in an undisclosed location.
That's right.
So when I used to get up, I dormed the first 2 years, and you know, one of the things I used to always love was you'd get up, go to school, and I'd go and find the newspaper, State Press. The State Press was the college newspaper.
Was that weekly?
Oh, no, it was daily.
Daily?
At ASU, it was daily.
Okay.
You'd go find it. It would be delivered early in the morning, and you'd grab it, and it was always fun to see what was going on. I liked to pay attention to what was happening. Early on, there was a guy who did a comic strip called Laddie's Dog, which was Laddie Coor was the name of our university president at that time, which, if you're going to be a university president, Coor is a great name. And I used to just love reading that newspaper. Today, I recently found out ASU has no more printed newspaper on the campus, which you would kind of think that makes sense.
That's the way the world is moving.
But I loved those days. This minute 35.
It takes you back.
It made me reminisce about the beauty of college newspapers.
That's right, because Bruce is going back to college here in minute 35 of Louis Leterrier's 2008 Incredible Hulk movie. But we're not quite there yet, because we have a question that remains unanswered from the last minute, from minute 34.
Where did we end up?
What was the end of the sentence that...
Between Blonsky and...
Blonsky was in the middle
Ross.
of a sentence, a very important sentence, and he got cut off in the middle from 1 minute to the next. And so he says, if I could take what I know now and put it into the body I had 10 years ago, that would be someone I wouldn't want to fight.
He has a very interesting way of saying these things.
Right.
We talked about in the previous minute, this is some weird, right? Weirdness. That's an interesting thing.
It is. It's not like no one could stop me. Or I would be indomitable. It'd be like, I wouldn't want to fight that guy. Oh, okay.
Right?
Thanks, Emil. That's an interesting perspective. But
is it meant to be, but is it written that way because is this character, there is an awkwardness about this character?
There is. He's good at his job, but he's a bit socially awkward in terms of how he puts sentences together and things.
So is that?
But he also he's quote unquote foreign. Like he was born out of he's American, but he was born out of the country, and he still has the accent. And they did a lot of tap dancing to try and justify that.
Is that intentional in the writing to kind of get you there to understand that this character is someone who's willing to do? He's got low self-esteem. At the end of the day, there is some stuff that he's like, I'm compensating for.
Yes, he's seeing his limitations.
There you go. That's what I think is the reason why he's written that way.
Yeah, but then Ross immediately responds. This is like, say, this is the end of the dance we've been talking about, the courtship and stuff. So now he's about to put a ring on it.
Oh, he's moving in. He's moving in.
I could probably arrange something like that. And it's sort of like, now we come to it. The proposition has been made. So one of the other projects that they've been alluding to, the other experiments, now Blonsky is going to transition to test subject.
Ross.
And he's about to learn a lesson. And speaking of learning lessons, we transition
and where do we go?
to...
Oh, that was nice.
Right?
Very smooth.
I'm getting good at this. Yeah. At minute 35. So we're going to Culver University in the great state of Virginia, or is it the Commonwealth of Virginia?
Commonwealth.
Yeah. However, what we're seeing here, this beautiful helicopter shot, is not Culver University.
What?
Nor is it the university where they shot the rest of the thing. This is actually Drew University in Madison, New Jersey. So just for this establishing helicopter shot, they have this one thing of Drew University, I guess because they like the look of the campus and the trees and all this stuff. Because then immediately the next shot is Bruce on campus, and he's at the University of Toronto. So a lot of movie trickery is happening right here.
Okay, so let me just say a couple things. Yeah. One, again, this movie big on its sweeping shots, right? Those vistas are used. Lots of green. Yeah, lots of green. You're trying to show just there's a reason why you have this establishing shot, not just to show it's a university.
ASU doesn't look like this from above.
No, it doesn't. Yeah. And you're trying to show that this is a big place that's got a lot of places to hide behind. I think that's an important part to show here. However, University of Toronto, which from what we can tell after this shot looks like a very nice place. Yeah. Do you use this shot because someone said, from above, not so nice?
Could be. It could be that I say I've not seen University of Toronto from above, so I don't know. Maybe it doesn't have quite the amount of green trees like this. Like maybe seeing it laid out like that doesn't look. Yeah, it could be. Yeah. I mean, I think they were shot in the summer, I believe. So.
Oh well, no, then they would be fine.
Yeah.
That's interesting that it is not.
Yeah, not even the place where they shot the stuff on. Yeah,
nothing is real in movies.
There you go. So then immediately cut to Bruce. And Bruce is back in the Marvel Universe disguise.
Oh.
That's right. He's got the Marvel hero disguise on, the nondescript, no baseball team baseball cap on.
Just a dirty, dark brown baseball cap.
That's right. And that immediately makes him completely invisible to everyone. No one can see him.
It really takes on a whole new level of silliness.
It does.
In this.
Yeah. I mean,
it works.
Yeah, exactly. Especially the fact that you would think that at Culver University, he would be famous. I'm not saying that all the kids know,
Right.
but like for the fact that at this university, he's within, I don't know, a mile of where the Hulk was created.
Right.
I mean, we're going to see later on he's going to visit it in a future minute and coming up.
Oh, even
quick.
a massive university. If you were a regular,
and especially if you're infamous.
You're right. You know this, going to college, you can walk across a campus at any time of day and see someone you know, because that happens.
It's a small town.
So yeah.
So any faculty who were there before would know who he was, I would think.
Interesting.
If they had been there at the same time, how many, what was it, 3 years
Yeah.
previously?
Right.
Yeah.
No, he does, and he's reading the Culver University,
That's
which
right,
we can't see the name of the newspaper, which bothers me because it's there.
Yeah.
The
The
graphic
Culver
artist did
University,
it.
There's it looks like PR, so press, I'm guessing.
That's probably it.
Yeah.
But they do have a sports program because you can see on the back cover
right.
Culver Sports.
And a day of some kind of action is on the front cover of the headline at the front page, and it's
chemistry.
celebrating 150 years.
So I thought this was interesting. They cut this from, so he's looking up very creepily with his disguise on from the newspaper.
That's right.
They cut to a shot of obviously a lecture hall or one of the buildings there, and there are banners that, okay, again, props to the graphic design people.
Yeah.
Not only that they get to design a look for a university,
They designed that newspaper.
Well, they designed the newspaper, and they got to design these big 150th, celebrating 150 years banners.
Yeah.
What is the purpose? I mean, that's such a... Is that done because you said to yourself, okay, we have to make you believe, and there'll be another thing we'll see shortly, we have to make you believe this is a school.
Right.
And
It's
so
a real
this is
school.
one way to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, to have the logo of the school prominently visible in multiple shots. See, nowadays, they would just have digitally put this in. But at the time, a graphic designer, months before, designed this, and they printed it out and put it there actually on set.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. And then you can see a little bit, we can see it's Maynard or Minard Hall. So I'm sure maybe there might be a name you're related to that.
Yeah.
But I think this is kind of neat. I love the fact that as a designer, you got to design this kind of stuff. I think that's fun, and somebody that's got to be hanging in somebody's, like a part of it has got to be hanging in somebody's room.
Yeah,
I hope you got to keep
it.
that,
right.
because how cool is that? Yeah. So we also see Days Without Incident.
Yeah, we're at 17, which means it's been 16 days since he woke up at that waterfall in Guatemala. So from Guatemala to Virginia in 16 days.
2.5 weeks.
That's pretty impressive.
Not bad.
I'm kind of curious. I mean, obviously the story needs to keep moving, but how he got from Chiapas to
Mexico.
Yeah, like
deep Mexico.
Right,
deep southern Mexico.
And how did he get from there all the way into the country and then across the country? Like there's a story there.
He got
it feels
over the
like
border.
Yeah.
Then he took
right, exactly.
I-40.
Right, or did he go across along the Gulf of Mexico, along and through there, through New Orleans and stuff.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Bruce visiting the Big Easy.
If you ever
stop
wanna,
by Orlando.
Hey, Ed Norton, if you ever want some money, and I hear there's a streaming service called Disney Plus, and they apparently like to do things. Yeah. Would you watch a Disney Plus series about the travels of Bruce Banner?
Bruce's big road trip. That he starts out it's like, I got to get from Texas to Virginia
in 17 days. How am I doing this? And I got a shirt, stretchy pants, and some shoes. What am I doing?
Let's do this.
Come on.
It could be fun.
That would be.
So we see as he goes into Maynard, I guess I'm going to go with Maynard. We can't really tell because there's
Maynard. I like
Maynard. Maynard. Okay, we'll go with Maynard. Maynard Hall. He goes in and is baffled by the security that they placed on this place.
What security? In my day, they didn't have security. That's what what his reaction is.
Right, because obviously this must be the science lab. He's not going into a dorm, so he's trying to get to his record. So he's trying to get to the computer lab or the science lab or something like that. And they have put up stuff. We see also that it's 8:50 in the morning. or
Oh,
8:50,
nice
8:52 or so,
check there on
right?
the clock on
so
the
it's
wall.
early. So I mean, like he's there, right in the morning. He's probably was even there earlier, just waiting for it to sort of open up, and so you can sort of blend in with the crowd and like, hey, I'm a college dude, let me in.
Right.
Like obviously, clearly he's in his mid-30s, but like extended education.
This is what I'm here to do this.
I'm totally a professor.
So interesting part about the campus, we get a shot of this, and we'll see shots of this more if you look. All the extras, there is usually at least one person very close to him on a cell phone.
Oh yeah,
It's
you're right.
every shot, almost every shot of this campus,
Yeah.
and that will play into a further minute.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But they're definitely intentionally showing you
Yeah.
technology is everywhere.
That's right. And speaking of technology, as we see in the security gate, there is a metal detector. It is a Garrett metal detector. Garrett started in 1964 in Texas, and they are still the number one metal detector providers today. They do the wands, everything. They put their name on everything. So if you're being wanded down at going into a plane, it probably will say Garrett on it because they like to put their big name on everything.
What?
Yeah. And that's like their website is pretty robust. I mean, they give a whole history. You can look up all the different ones.
Well, that is important.
Yeah.
I can understand that.
Right.
But wow, next time you go to like a baseball game
That's right.
or any
Look
type
at
of
the guy
major
wanding
event,
you down, see if he's using a Garrett.
Interesting.
I wish they had a catchphrase because I would say it here, but they don't.
Garrett.
If it's Garrett, you know it's good. So yeah, obviously we see a student showing the guard his ID badge. I could not find the name of this actor who's the guard, but he's got a really good look, and he gives Bruce a really hard look too. I mean,
well, no, and really great for whoever the guy is.
Yeah.
Again, we'd love to know.
right, exactly.
Right?
Thanks IMDb for nothing.
Yeah, uncredited.
Yeah.
But this is a great. You're in a meal. I love when you see people in real movies who have a real moment.
Yeah, and he looks like he's the guy who would do this job. I mean,
Yes.
kudos to extras casting.
Right.
Who like found the guy that looks exactly like he would be. It's not, he's not another college student. Like this is his job.
Though it is his job. However, here's my note for this entire scene. This is totally not creepy, right?
It is a little creepy.
Here's
Like
Bruce
him
Banner.
sort of looking over the newspaper, like
Okay,
scanning the crowd.
Bruce is looking sketch. I
is.
understand. Look, he's a scientist. He's been through a lot. He's not pulling off the unassuming dude look very well.
No, he's got that shirt's clearly been slept in.
Yeah, he's a little still beaten up.
He's stubbly.
Yes.
Actually, I think he would actually be more stubbly after 16 days. But
Right.
Everybody grows facial hair at a different rate, I guess.
That's true. The gamma.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right.
So, but he looks at him, and he looks back at him, and just immediately is like, pulls the brim and walks away.
Mm-hmm.
If I were the security guy, I'd be like, oh, no. No, not on my watch.
Hey,
No.
guys.
Hey, I got a 242
right?
exiting west out of Maynard Hall.
Yeah, why don't you keep an eye on this guy? I don't know what his story is, but he clearly does not really belong here.
Yeah,
Because as he's sort of then wandering through the quad, and you see all the students behind, and
he pulls
playing
the
around.
total, like, people passing him, and he pulls
That's
the brim
right.
down.
Like, don't look at my face.
And it works.
Right.
Okay,
I'm telling you,
so-
the Marvel disguise is a powerful, powerful tool.
Now, he's outside here, and
Yep.
just one note I want to say about the cinematographer, the lighting is gorgeous.
It really is, because he's got a nice halo behind him.
Oh, he
And
has
this is
got a
This
perfect
is a
halo.
long lens. I mean, they're very far away, and they're zoomed in on him. This
Yes.
is a close up. I mean, it keeps him nice and sharp in frame and stuff too. So.
And what we're seeing is he's outside. Obviously, yes, long lens. I mean, the background is blurred. So, but the sunlight is hitting him from behind. And you know how sometimes when you take a picture and you got that sort of like little bit of shimmer on the back of someone's head. It is literally just all around him.
Yeah.
Like it just is a gorgeous shot. I love it.
I'm about to tell you something that's going to blow your mind.
No.
Everything we've seen here in minute 35 from when Bruce lowers the newspaper until up to this point,
Right.
was not directed by Louis Leterrier.
What?
Well, technically, because Bruce doesn't speak or other actors are there, this is second unit.
Oh,
He didn't direct this. Edward Norton directed these scenes.
What?
Yes. He said he was still off in Rio, like shooting more stuff with the the commandos and stuff too. And Edward has things. So he basically sent the second unit team with Edward, and Edward directed all of these scenes. All these exterior things of him walking around at the University of Toronto, Edward directed himself.
Well, he did a really nice job.
He did a really nice job. I say as right now we're just coming as we're recording, we're just coming to the end of award season, and Motherless Brooklyn has been sort of bouncing around his big sort of directorial opus.
Right.
That was a big deal for him. He got a bunch of critical praise for that. So this is where it started. Yeah.
Way to go.
Right.
Well, he knows how to shoot a halo.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, so you're saying how great the stuff looks. Well, that was Edward setting up his shots.
Still creepy, but
Still creepy.
I mean,
yeah, but that's intentional. I think that's part of it. I mean, because he is literally creeping around the campus.
I mean, that's
so we get to see as he's walking, he spots something. He turns and walks toward it, and he's walking, like, once again, stepping into the shadows, hiding behind a tree.
Against
all these
the
kids
foliage,
are walking
you need to
around
know,
the campus,
right?
And then as he approaches whatever he saw, the minute comes to an end. So we don't know what he saw. What is it that made him stop in his tracks, turn, and then creep over and hide behind a tree?
Shade. He was in the sun for too long.
I don't know.
It got hot.
I think there might be something else to it, I guess, but we're not going to find out until minute 36.
Oh, I gotta know.
So, if you're enjoying what you're hearing so far, or not, we would love it if you would give us a rating, whatever your podcatcher is. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts or you're listening on Pocket Casts or anything else, give us a review. My favorite number of stars is 5.
It's 5. Okay, wait. When you said that, though, you're like, if you like us, but even if you don't, no,
If you
hold
don't,
on.
yeah.
If you no. If
What?
you like us,
Yeah.
5-star rating.
Well, sure.
If you don't, talk to us. We talk all the time about all the places you come and talk to us. Tell us
Right.
what you don't like.
Oh, yeah, we're easy to find. Next Reel is on all of the social media platforms.
Yes, get our attention.
Right.
Let us rectify it.
Sure.
In the best case we can, because
Yeah,
we
I mean,
record these.
we're born with the voices we have, so
But-
sorry,
but,
I can't
I mean-
do anything about this.
Tell us, and then we'll make it better, and then you can rate us. Don't-
Okay, all right. Well, we're open for both 5-star ratings and constructive criticism.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
Oh, that's better.
All right, cool. Well, thanks for y'all for listening. We'll see you back here for minute 36. Hope you had a smashing good time. Until next time, true believers.
Bye.